Introducing Oxi-Tech, the cleanest, greenest technology for disinfection and water sanitation.
Today we're at Harper Adams University on the dairy unit.
So inside there we have a technology that takes water, splits it apart and creates the best disinfectant you can have. So we generate the dissolved ozone in this Oxi tank, and when it's done its job and killed any pathogens, it reverts back to oxygen. Our equipment can be suited to whatever size farm you have, and our technology allows farmers to create as much disinfectant as they need on site, just using your own water and low voltage electricity. So it's safer, it's pH neutral, so there's no risk of burns, more effective and environmentally friendly.
So Harper Adams University has a very long track record. It was founded as an agricultural college back in 1901. We have a range of exciting projects going on, looking at the next generation of technology for use in dairy farming here. So one of the things that we're doing here in collaboration with AgriEpi is we're using lots of sensors on the animals. We can have cameras monitoring what the animals are doing. Are they healthy? Are they producing milk efficiently? But then also we have this other technology such as the Oxi-Tech system. Ozonated water is effectively a very powerful disinfectant. It doesn't hang around for very long, so it's a very good disinfectant to use in the food chain. And this is providing a novel way of disinfecting the milking equipment and making sure we have very high levels of hygiene on the unit.
So you're keeping the water clean and sanitized without having to add additional chemicals to the water. Today it's plugged into a dairy robot as part of this Innovate UK grant.
The milking equipment is in use most of the day, so it's about making sure that they can continue to supply the ozonated water pretty much 24/7 whenever it's needed.
Without this machine, farmers would be having to monitor the water quality and use chemicals which can be carried over to make sure that the water is sterile. It really does make a big difference to the milking machine. It can really help with cow health by eliminating cross-contamination between cows and allow us to minimise the use of chemicals within the dairy sector. But also it allows us to maximise the quality of our milk we deliver.
Our technology is modular, so we can scale it up or scale it down. So our system fundamentally consists of a water tank, some of our diamond cells, depending on the requirement, a water analyzer, an ozone sensor, and some microcontroller and transmitter technology. So our system can run off 12 volts, doesn't need high voltage electricity, which other conventional ozone generators do. So they use high voltage electricity and then try and bubble the gas that they produce through water to dissolve it into the water, whereas Oxi-Tech technology creates the dissolved ozone molecularly within the structure of the water.
One of the big benefits of this unit is to reduce cross-contamination between animals. It really does eliminate the risk of contaminations being carried from one cup onto the next cow. That's a real benefit to the farmer and to the vets. Vets can see a big difference. We improve the herd health and we reduce cases of mastitis significantly on the farm. It's a very nasty disease, really. It's very common in a dairy herd. It's very, very painful for the cow, and one of the ways it's cross-contaminated is via the milking robot. When you put a cup onto one and then you pass it onto the next one, if there's any infection, you pass it onto the next cow.
So many of the disinfection chemicals are produced in mainland Europe, put into plastic barrels, put onto trucks and trucked over to the UK and delivered to farm. The farmers use them and then they have a plastic barrel to get rid of. All of that carbon is now gone.
And it's all about reducing the impact of having all of these chemicals around, but by really making sure that our cows stay fit and healthy, we can also avoid really any sort of unnecessary losses.
It could be used for purifying your rainwater so you don't grow biofilms in it. It could be used for disinfection, hose downs, final sanitation. It's obviously a very cold day here in Newport. Our technology works very, very well in cold temperatures. So there's real possibility of reducing hot wash down and thereby saving huge amounts of energy. Well, I think it's important for everyone that we're not poisoning the ground with chemicals. There's also health and safety issues around the use of acids and other disinfection chemicals.
This is really important in terms of meeting the goals around net zero. We can hopefully not only make money for the farmer, that they'll continue to be economically viable, but we can also reduce the emissions and produce milk in a more sustainable way.
So fundamentally what we're doing is we're taking water. The water is put through our diamond electrolytic cells, and we're splitting the molecules of water into atoms. And we're creating triatomic oxygen, which is ozone, and it's held within the solution of water. And then the one oxygen atom splits away and is donated to anything that will take it and oxidizes it, and in so doing it kills the bacteria and viruses. And after it's done its job, it reverts back to oxygen. So there's no residues, there's no byproducts. It's incredibly effective and incredibly environmentally friendly. There's great advantages to remote monitoring. I mean, A, for the farmer to be able to see that milking is going on if he's not at his parlour, he can see the equipment is working. For us, it's a great benefit to getting that data, and also to be able to then plan maintenance ahead of time so that there's never a breakdown or a loss of service with it. There's a variety of things that we can do. One of them is turning the machine on remotely or turning it off. So if, for example, as a farmer, I need to get up earlier tomorrow to do the milking, I can just get my app out and get my machine to turn on, set the clock for when I want it to come on, so that it's already up and ready for me when I want to milk. So what we found is that using dissolved ozone within a dairy system helps to keep back to scans very low. So if you're a farmer and you're not in your highest tier for milk payments, having a lower back to scan can actually put a couple of penny on your kilo of milk, and that can actually equate to significant amounts of money. So for farmers where the hygiene's nearly there but not quite, we can help you elevate your hygiene into that standard and get more money for your milk. So as a tech startup company, we are benefiting so much by, firstly, Innovate UK funding for what we're doing. They see the potential in what we're doing and the environmental impact. Having the Agri Epicenter facilitate a lot of the things that we're doing is just so impactful on us. Working with institutions like Harper Adams University, which is a global leading agricultural university and research centre, is just wonderful for validating the technology and having some real credentials around the science and the testing.
Although the primary partner is Oxi-Tech, we've had lots of input from our vet. We've also been working with De Laval, who are the robot manufacturers, and obviously Agri-Epi have also been helping. They've been very good in terms of providing the project management.
Agri-Epi has been here to facilitate the development of the project, to help with project managers, to bring the collaboration of all the partners together, so we can then bring it into one package to allow the developers to really work and bring the product forward.
So it is very much a team effort. As an academic, I like to see that, because that means that the research that we're doing, the technologies that we're helping them develop, and we're seeing those actually out working on commercial farms, having an impact in practice.
Harper Adams brings a unique facility here. We have academics on site, but we also have the means to really test the product and get to the basics of how it works.
So I think there's great potential of really, further developing this technology, looking at its wider use in other areas within agriculture. We've been talking to the company about the potential of using it with poultry, potential of using it with fish.
The future for this product is quite rosy. It should be something that we're looking further into. There's a lot more areas on the dairy farm where we can use this product, if it's borehole or other sources, which may not be as the same quality as we'd want to drink from.
And by really sort of combining all these different technologies, we can make dairy farming very much more sustainable and really fit very much for the 21st century.
If you'd like to find out a little bit more about this project or anything else we do at Agri-Epi, please visit our website.